So I just noticed that my mic has been off this whole time. Wow, I feel like such a dork now. I'm still relatively new to streaming, if you can't tell. Uh, there are a few things that I have to figure out, and one is I have to remember to unmute myself. So let's start over. My name is Gelroy. I'm the Intrepid DM, and we are going on an adventure tonight. So the last time we left off, I was explaining this a little bit earlier, but no one had heard me. The catacombs we finished out. We found a lich down there. We also freed Lazelle from some tiefling hunters. I'm going to say hunters because I don't think they're bandits now that we found the Druid Enclave, where the tiefling refugees are. And we also fought the goblins outside the Druid Enclave that were trying to go in. So at this point, we are prepping our spells. We're leveling up to level 3 and seeing how close this is to actual 5th edition. And I had said it earlier. I had cheers to everybody's health. Makes me oh wow, can't believe I did that. But we all make mistakes. The thing is to stay positive and keep going, and don't let mistakes keep you down, especially as a dungeon master. As a dungeon master, your goal is to keep the players going, and if you get down, you're not going to run an enjoyable game. Okay? So stay positive, because nothing you do is, at the end of the day, nothing you do is going to absolutely wreck the game. You can always take a break and come back refreshed and have a better time next time. So keep that smile up. Let's see. So I took Prayer of Healing. I think we're done with that. Just the spells, it looks like. So we're gonna continue ahead. We're gonna level up Shadowheart now, who is very much the same. Got some spells. It looks like she got Mirror Image and Pass Without Trace. Mirror Image is a really good one. So we're going to customize her spells. We're going to drop Bless. We're going to drop Create, Destroy Water. We'll keep the Bane up. We will throw Silence on her, as well as Prayer of Healing, because healing is a prime part of the game. It lets us go longer, even if you're not if you're running low on abilities. You can still, if you can heal, you can go, especially at lower levels. Cantrips are a big deal that allow spellcasters to continue to go. So Asterion hitting level 3. What does he get for Thief? Fast hands, gains an additional bonus action, second story work. Ooh, that's not bad, but I feel like the Arcane Trickster is a lot better, especially right now, until they put further subclasses in. Subclasses, like, the Assassin, or, there's one, it's like the Master Manipulator, and then there's also the Swashbuckler. There's a few of them, but right now I think we're going to stay with the Arcane Trickster. We're going to get rid of True Strike, because that takes a round to cast and then becomes useful. I feel like Shocking Grasp is better for him. Also, Chill Touch is pretty good because you can't regain hit points, so we could hit anyone that a cleric might be able to cast on. So I think he is going to turn into kind of like a supporter for us. As for spells, he's not going to affect a super high saving throw. So I think it's better for him to have those HP benefited spells. And he gets one spell of his choice from the other list. So what should we give him? I feel like Jump is going to be really useful to him. As a ranged combatant, he can get out of melee then, he can get to a higher spot, and rain arrows down from there. So, I believe that is what we're going to do for him. So, he is leveled up now. And then Gale gets second level spells. What should we choose? I feel like invisibility should be one of them. Or mirror image. We're gonna go mirror image because he could potentially rain down damage that way. Scorching Ray is pretty solid. Ray of Enfeeblement only touches one target. There's no real... You know what? We're gonna go with Flaming Sphere because I forgot he's an evocation wizard. So his ability lets our allies not take damage from area of effects, so that's really good in his case. So preparing spells wise, we're going to get rid of Witch Bolt. We'll get rid of Thunder Wave. We'll throw up Flaming Sphere and Mirror Image. And then we'll accept. So, let's see. We'll talk to Lizelle here, or not Lizelle, Shadowheart.
Whatever else is happening here isn't our concern.
Let's not be too hasty.
We won't help anyone if we turn into mind flayers. Let's move.
So, once again, like I said, I'm a pack rat. I'm going to take everything that's available to me. Let's move down here into the hollow. Auto save there.
You're going to get us killed.
It's not stealing. So
no.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met, and thank you for beating back those goblins.
No problem.
Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
Are you really lucky?
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day. I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers, but I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The grove will be locked down soon. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Oh, he has magic items, though. Let's see. Amulet of Elemental Torment. When the wearer stands in certain surfaces, such as fire, and deals damage, the target also suffers those effects. Not bad. Rain Dancer. Dragon's Grasp. Unfettered Fire applies burning. Those arrows are nice. A helm. Okay, so here's where all this comes into play. All these items we saved up, we're just gonna get rid of them. Oh, I can double click. That's nice. Okay, let's go down here. Water, small bottle. Quill. So we were talking about running a game earlier, and there's a variety of things you can do to make your games pick up and run smoother. So one of those things is often you'll get into the DMG and there's not a whole lot of, I mean, there's a lot of magic items, there are, but as you go, you come to find out that the magic items are very limited, so you end up having to make some from time to time. We'll sell that perfumed letter. Ring. So some of the items you can make just depend on what you want to do. If your party seems to be more of a combat focused party, there are combat focused items that you can create to help the party. If you don't want to give them like a bonus, a +1 weapon or something obscene like a flame tongue or anything like that, you could think of doing something like augment crystals, which are from 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons. There was a book called the Magic Item Compendium. It's actually right here on my desk. And the Magic Item Compendium, when you look in there, they had a variety of these augment crystals. They attach to an item or a weapon, and it would grant a specific benefit. So, but it would be a permanent benefit. Well, you can do that, but at lower levels, you might want to go along with something like, say, an augment crystal of flames. Oop, hit my mic there, sorry. And the augment crystal of flames, we'll do something simple as, say, it has 6 charges, and when on a hit, you can spend a charge to deal an extra 2d4 fire damage. And then at dawn, once all the charges are depleted, just like a wand, you roll a 1. If you roll a die 20, if you roll a 1, the crystal shatters. But if you keep all but one charge on it, when you long rest, you get, say, 1d4 plus 1 charges back. It gives them a boost in damage, especially at like certain times. And to balance it out, you could say we're going to balance it out, we're gonna, I don't know, make it attune you to the weapon you're using while it's on a weapon, so it takes up an attunement slot. Now it doesn't have to, you know. We barter some gold there, but it could. The silver locket, just getting rid of some stuff here real quick. Going through each of them. We'll get rid of any weapons that seem to have held on. There's rope. I feel like a rope and shovel might give you actions to do in the game later on. We'll sell the rum. I know. Don't sell the rum. We need rum. But, and then Gale. Finish that barter. Gale doesn't have much to sell either. But it's enough. So now total gold we have just over 1,000. We're gonna pick up all these potions. Potions are needed. Feel like we should pick up that helm. This is what I'm talking about. In this game, the items are a little bit better, but that's not bad for a staff. It allows you to use create water, so we're actually going to pick that up. So there. Okay, I think we are done with him.
Guide your path.
Now, Sylvanas, if you didn't know, in Forgotten Realms lore, is a druid god that is neutral and devoted strictly to the elements. Go over here real quick. We'll split those up. So everyone has one. Give the helm to the dwarf. And then we'll go character sheet. Maybe. Gotta get out. Character sheet. C is stealth. B is character. Okay. E is toggle equipment. Okay. I should have known that. Put the helm on him. Put the amulet to speak with dead. We'll put the quarterstaff on him. Ooh. So the spear is... Spear is pretty good. But, okay. So now that that's all on him, we'll... We're gonna use the prayer of healing quick. Get all of our hit points back. I know I burned a second level spell. It's not a big deal. We'll rest before we go anywhere big. Let's go around here.
Can we stop shouting? No?
Hells, we can't just leave. They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
I think they're right. Yeah, look at that. Got it. So for your campaigns, like I said, even minor items that are just crafted
right,
are
Mona.
We're better than this.
are great
Son,
things to
I'll
instill
stay
and
too.
to
Lest you both
boost
end up with
morale,
your throats
because
slit by
you
goblin
can't
blade.
always just drop,
Thank you,
you
Roman.
know, a +1 sword and a treasure. You can't just keep dropping potions all the time or scrolls. You got to spice it up, and there's not a lot of magic items out there that people haven't already seen. So take a step and
We've known enough grief this 10-day traveler. Don't be the cause of more.
just take a little step away from the DMG. Write some of your own items. Try not to overbalance them. There's great communities out there that you can always go to and ask for help.
You're all heroes.
I know D&D Beyond now has a ranking
This place is a
system.
bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Go on. Give me your best shot. Not bad. Again.
Now, the last time I played, like I said, I didn't get very far. The game was
keep
kind of glitchy
focus.
at that point.
See how I used your own force against you?
So I never actually got to meet this character.
I can't do it.
So I'm not entirely sure
Of course you
what's
can.
up
It
with
just
him.
takes
but
time. I didn't become the Blade of Frontiers overnight.
Blade of Frontiers.
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. An unknown face commands your mind. Blue skin, gnarled horns.
I'll be damned to the hells. You were on the ship.
A strange sensation courses through you, and Will's mind unfolds.
Will's his name, okay. Illithid wisdom. Try peering farther into his mind. I saw a creature, a devil, a demon.
Keep at it, kid. A demon? Sounds like that brain bug's really wormed its way in. We've both got parasites tickling our grey matter. And I've been having the strangest dreams. I haven't turned into a mind flayer just yet. But sooner or later, my luck will run out. Been thinking I need a healer. And I reckon you've been thinking the same.
The sooner the better. I don't need this thing bursting through my skull. Right now, I have other priorities. I hope someone in the grove might know how to heal us. You're quite calm given the danger we're in.
Yeah, I've heard the stories. Wait long enough and a squiddy bursts out of us. I've been waiting for this druid Halcyon to return.
You know,
say
it's
he's pretty
kind of
powerful.
funny
He
that,
could
like,
probably help
everybody
us.
seems to know about
Problem
mind
is,
flayers
the goblins
bursting
have nabbed
forth.
him.
It's like
We
mind
better go
flayers
find
are a
him before we
common
start
kind of
growing
monster
talons
now.
and tentacles.
They used to be, you know, on the surface, nobody had really ever heard of them because they kept to themselves in enclaves down into the Underdark.
Excellent idea, but I have a condition. Look at these kids. They've no chance on the road, not while goblins infest it. I've got the grandest of plans. You and me, we kill the goblin horde's leaders. That should scatter the buggers. Frontier justice, I call that. What say you?
Goblins? I'm a dwarf. Yeah, I'm down for splitting some skulls of
I
goblins.
love your spirit, but you're full up. But when the time comes, just holler. The Blade of Frontiers will come calling.
Seems like everything I do upsets Shadowheart and Asterion.
A splendid plan. Let's chat there.
Let's see.
Step, parry, strike. Damn it! It's just not landing. Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse, we need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
So much dialogue. This is very reminiscent of Dragon Age Origins, which was one of my favorite games on Xbox 360. And so if you go back and you play like the original Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, there were a couple games that had this kind of in-depth mechanism to them, but there was never a lot. Even the Mass Effect series did a really good job with this. So, try hitting the target athletics. Just demonstrate a swing and show him. What's my athletics bonus? It's my insight bonus. Okay, we're gonna go with the insight. No wonder you're struggling. You've no balance. Space your feet apart. Only a target of 5. That should be easily attainable. Wow. I haven't used an inspiration before, so.
I'll try and brace them better. Like so. Step, brace, parry, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
A very, very dwarf-like thing to say. One last thing. Don't shout out your moves like that. Spoils a surprise for your foe.
Oh, yes.
See, I don't do
bite
voices.
my tongue when the time comes.
Keep training in time, you'll make short work of any goblins.
Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about.
True.
The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
So I wonder if you can actually... I'm assuming you can fight the druids in here.
Parry, swing, lunge. Excellent.
Ooh, a book. So as we play, oh, they're not gonna let me read it. Nope. Oh, and it's negatively affecting attitude. Okay. Well, that sucks. I really like reading lore and whatnot through here.
No, you just care about your stupid apprenticeship.
Take them back. Right
Who uses wooden tools?
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
Any
So
questions?
much room in here.
Step, parry, swing, lunge.
He's still practicing over there. That's great. Take... I'm just gonna keep looting all these people's stuff if they're not gonna say anything about it. The Annals of Baldur's Gate. There's a book up here. I can see it. I'm gonna read it. Hands to yourself. I just want to read the books. Come on. Alright. Let's see what we can find. I'm supposed to
You
go
ain't gonna
meet
shoot
someone.
me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way.
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
Tiefling, Tiefling. Two different ways of saying that.
Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector. You're gonna kill him too?
You move!
She's gonna shoot me. Nope. I made that check.
What in every hell is wrong with you? Damn you.
Nothing.
Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
Because I'm a cleric. If she dies, she takes everything she knows to the grave. I like that answer
If you believe anything
a lot.
the beast tells you, you're an idiot.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
What to bring? Ain't sure why you're protecting me. Don't care, neither. It's too late to make friends, warg meat. My tribe's coming. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts. Goddess.
Goddess.
We're burning her name across the face of the world, we are. The Absolute is gold from the sky, she is.
I really
The
hope they
blessing in
start
the
adding
storm
some other
and the
classes into the
stillness.
game. Obviously, I bet they're gonna hold to the base 12, you know, the Bard, Cleric, Barbarian, all that. I really hope they put some multi-class. I feel like that could change a lot of gameplay encounters in here as well. In the actual Dungeons and Dragons game, I have a little bit of trouble, you know, doing multi-class. I generally prefer to stay one class because, you know, you just get so much more fulfilling, and a lot of times, I'm not saying it's bad, but a lot of people use multi-class just as a way to power creep their characters' damage output or anything like that. And like I said, it's not bad. I prefer people role play into those scenarios, like a cleric of war, you know, spending time with the wizard and learning about arcane matters. So he decides to, I'm going to take a level of wizard. Well, he bonds to the spells, he takes to them really well, and then he, you know, as he's role playing, he learns to adapt his warlike nature to it, and maybe his specialization at level 2 is war wizard instead, or blade singer. You know, he adapts his fighting style to the way he weaves spells. There's a ton of ways to role play into a class, and most people just want to do it for the sake of it's a good way to power creep. Future Hunter Bond. What level are you? Right now I just leveled up to level 3. You've caught my interest. Any holy literature?
My tribe can tell you everything there is to know. Absolute bless one of our own. Priestess Gut. Got a whole lab set up. Cooks up potions that fix our lads, no matter how much of a beating they take. Could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it off. Mighty booyog.
Booyog. The goblin word for magic. Primitive to a fault, but not entirely without merit.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking. If you have any other questions, feel free to type them in. I'll try and answer them.
Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal?
You already told me what I need to know. I'll find the priestess myself.
Even if you did find my tribe, they'd set the wargs on ya. You need me. Get me out of here, and I'll tell them what a good friend you are.
Not a
Suit
chance. You
yourself.
rot in the cage.
Looking forward to seeing what your innards look like.
Yeah, right.
Oh, your teeth are all boring. Even your cages are boring.
There's nothing over there.
I'm gonna bite the
so-
ends off your kids. And
Goblins aren't exactly renowned healers, but we can't afford to ignore any options. We'll need to take some risks if we want to cure ourselves. Come on.
True. Gale, what do you got to say?
Believe it or not, but I witnessed a similar standoff back at the Yawning Portal. Of
Yawning
course,
Portal,
an establishment
a,
like that invites all sorts
Establishment
of
in
outlandish
Waterdeep
entertainment.
that I can't remember the Elf Song Tavern, I believe is the name of the place. You go to the Yawning Portal. It's basically a dungeon that's underneath the Elf Song Tavern. Pretty good book. They did an adventure off of that. Written adventures, really good for new DMs. Gives you a lot of lore to set up and to have in place for your party that you're running for. As you get more experience, obviously you'll start homebrewing your own world, and there will be tons of things you can go off of. Excuse me. Even for the most experienced DM, having a campaign setting to set your characters down that's already fleshed out, and all you have to do is read location specifics, is great. And you can still homebrew your entire own story and only use those minor influences to pepper your campaign with great ideas and hook points to keep drawing your players' characters in.
An inn in Waterdeep. Ooh, never another
Oh,
moment
look at
there.
that! I called it
Adventurers
because
come from all
I've been
over
reading
Faerun
for a
to
while.
try their luck down the well. Leads into the Undermountain, you see, full of death, danger, vast amounts of treasure. Hard to resist.
Yeah.
Oh, a drow, a dragonborn, and a cleric of Cyric walk into a bar. Your standard fare. Maybe someone was cheating at cards. Maybe it was some weird lover's quarrel. In any case, out came the crossbow, and a hush fell over the entire room. I stood up and yelled, "Shadow Dark Ale for everyone!" The crowd cheered. The tension drained into 6 tankards, and soon all was well again. In a place like the Yawning
I like
Portal,
Gale.
the most powerful
He's,
magic is calling for a round of drinks. Mind you, all I did
I
was
feel
call
like
for ale,
there's
but you
a
went
dark
and stood
side
in
to
front
him,
of that crossbow.
and this might all be an act,
Ah, drink to that.
but he is very likable.
where are my boots?
Very willing to divert the gaze to help his cause.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
You're gonna be
Let's see. Find the Geth Yankee Cretch. Rescue Druid Halson. Ask
Is
the
that
Goblin
everything?
Priestess for help.
I think that's
Get
everything.
help from the healer Nettie. Remove the parasite. Okay. So, Zoro doesn't have... It says he's a quest mark, but
You just care about your stupid apprenticeship.
Oh, where did I put that old bucket? I think I'd make a fine
Blacksmith
teacher.
trader. He might have something good.
Or a book.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Elturel, city outside of Baldur's Gate, is a pretty nice place. I believe that has to do with what is it? The Depths of Avernus campaign. There's a different name for it, but oh yeah, he's got some stuff. But I don't have a lot of money. Yeah, he doesn't have anything I can really use. Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that.
The best. People came from as far as Neverwinter to buy my swords. Funny how things change when your bloodline becomes a problem. Guess I'll be starting over in Baldur's Gate. I hope people are more open-minded there.
True.
Take that back. Right.
There's some arguing over here. Let's go see what they're arguing about.
We should have left by now. Damnation! Instead, we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying is a mistake.
So I wonder what other classes people want to see in the game. I wonder if they're gonna do like 5 subclasses per. There's so much they could put in this game. And even DLC or content further down the road, they can just continue this forever if they really wanted to. You're doing the right thing. The tieflings need help. Why rush to leave? Leave on your own. Why wait? Dwarf, standing by your people is never a mistake. Dwarf.
It is if we end up dead. Our best chance to make it to Baldur's Gate is on our own. This place is lost.
Can I punch this dude?
Please, I can handle myself. It's others that are the issue.
No.
You are looking at Larian's newest apprentice. Yes, that Larian. The greatest
I don't know
wizard
who
in
that is.
Baldur's Gate.
I've heard that name before. A young man, yes? Lives in Ramesses Tower in the upper city.
The very same.
Word in Waterdeep has it he's a bit of a cad. But you say he's an accomplished wizard.
Of course he is. The greatest spellcaster along the Sword Coast. As if I'd settle for a lesser mentor.
In that case, I'd very much appreciate it if you could arrange an introduction, should we reach the city.
If it's powerful acquaintances you're after, you have to look no further than yours truly. Few can match
Cocky.
me, in either magic or talent. In years to come, you will boast of this meeting, I can assure you. May we meet again in Baldur's Gate, my friend.
Octa.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can. Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard. If a
Okay.
gnoll catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me.
Ooh,
About
Knowles.
your precious Baldur's Gate.
No questions? I care about our lives. Our
Trader of
future.
Anti-Ethel. Trader of
You just care about
ports
your
and
stupid
sundries.
apprenticeship.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh, your cheeks aren't nearly ruddy enough, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
Potions, I'll take those.
Hey, bother.
Whoa! she just did it. Her body, wow. She just went full on turnaround there. Unhampered resistance. Wow, Corellin's Grace is pretty good too. And pick up all these potions that we can.
Take care now, sweetie.
Please don't. Oh! She's going full exorcist on us, and it. Oh. Just the way the back twists is enough to creep me out. I'm sorry. That, wow.
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
For 3 days, and you quit in the middle of your shift.
You sound like your father.
Let's go
Well,
talk to
it was
this,
his caravan.
Aridin.
If it ain't the fearless goblin slayer, you sure you want to be seen with me? I ain't exactly popular with this lot.
All you did was stand up for your crew, and I respect that. You could try and be a little friendlier. Let's go for the first one.
Half my crew are full of holes. Now I'm gonna take the blame for leading the goblins here, and losing track of the bloody druid.
Where did the
They
goblins
chased
come?
us, all the way from the ruins we were poking around in. Aye. His name's Halsin. And if he's still alive, he'll be cursing the day he laid eyes on me. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it.
Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now. Job's all yours, if you got a death wish.
There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts.
But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
I like that guy. He's no nonsense and easily mercenary type. That's great.
If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here with half my crew gone. But look, if you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral, but my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own Todger. Goblins made sure to the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
Okay. So we've talked to quite a few people here now. I want to read these books.
My love, you were a caravan escort for 3
Hope
days.
the goblins aren't
and
smart
you
enough
quit
to
in the
poison
middle
their
of your shift.
blades.
You sound like your father.
Okay.
It was his caravan.
Stone door? Secluded chamber. Ooh, The Devil You Know, an autobiography. I can read it! Hallelujah. Let's see. All right, I'm sorry if I messed this up, but I love reading these books. Every little bit of lore is amazing, amazing, amazing. Have you ever had a god change your blood? It is a horrifying thing, even for those who may desire it. Yet few tieflings wished for Asmodeus to claim their bodies, only to be given no choice in the matter. It is not as if we were well loved before the Archdevil's gambit. Our people had always struggled against the notion of devilkin, as if a single drop of infernal ichor inescapably corrupts. How amusing, when so many others willingly sell their souls to fiends, yet their culture as a whole escapes the blame. By what method can we redeem ourselves when the crime is not ours? I would drive a blade into every warlock that aided Asmodeus's damned ritual, but personal vengeance cannot undo the will of a god, much less one as slippery as the Lord of Lies. When every passerby thinks you're a thief or a heretic, it is deeply tempting to become one. The only thing that has stopped me is knowing that Asmodeus wants nothing more than for us all to fall from grace. Wow. Insight into the backgrounds of how a tiefling feels about their heritage. Good stuff. Not all tieflings want to be evil, and that passage right there couldn't have shown more true colors. Let's see. Let's speak with Zevlor.
Have you spoken to Korga?
Leave. No, I haven't. Whoa, his tail went crazy. Still minor glitches, but nothing super bad. We're actually going to take the time to save real quick. Just in case we do hit a glitch that makes it so that we have to restart.
We're exposed now.
Okay, let's go find Korga. Kaga. There's the halfling. Go past the cows. Donnie.
He stares right past you as if you're invisible or boring. He's still staring right past you.
Wait. Oh, gloves. We're putting those on. What did the gloves do? +1 strength saving throws. Okay. No. Okay. There's a ladder here. Where does it lead to? Ooh, Tiefling hideout. Huh.
Can't fit through here. Wonder if there's another way in.
I can't fit through.
I can only fit because I'm small. That's great.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. Not sure why you're poking your nose in our business, though. None of yours. This is our hideout. But hey, maybe you didn't know. Because of that, I'll give you a 10 count to leave.
Really? A 10 count?
9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fine. I'll just go tell the guards you kicked us out of our home.
New book. Alright. The book's central argument is encapsulated in a chapter devoted to Rilsa Rowell, Guild Kingpin of Little Calamshan. In another time and another place, Rilsa Rael would be celebrated as a revolutionary. In Baldur's Gate, in her lone lifetime, she's known as a crime lord, a kingpin of the guild, ruling over the city within a city that is the district of Little Calamshan. Rilsa's story began when she was orphaned at a young age. Her father was hanged by the Flaming Fist for sheltering his fugitive brother. Soon after, his mother was denounced by the jealous wife of a patriarch and imprisoned in the sea tower where she perished. Alone in the world, she had learned two valuable lessons. When the law is corrupt, it is a necessity for those without the support of its enforcers to act outside of it. And when the law is brutal, it is ethical duty to act against it. Operating from within the Callum Jewel Emporium, Rilsa knows the value of everything and everyone that moves through Baldur's Gate. She controls a wide network of agents who observe and track the exchange of goods and information as closely as any merchant or politician. But second-hand knowledge is cheap. Rilsa's real trick is to draw those Rilsa's real trick is to draw those with secrets to share directly into her orbit. At her Garden of Whispers, information can be shared with the guild anonymously. Anyone with a grudge to bear or a competitor to bring low, that is to say, anyone of importance, can ensure that the whole city knows their grievance. It is said that if somebody speaks of your weak spot in the garden at dawn, you can expect to find a knife buried in that exact spot before night falls. Oh, so good. So Little Calamshan, Calamshan is like your Persian town, is like a city within Persia. Very Aladdin-esque, and I can't remember off the top of my head where it is in the Faerun, but at one point, if you've ever read R.A. Salvatore's novels, the little halfling Regis is actually taken there at one point by Artemis and Cherry to be to have justice served on him by one of the Pashas. A Pash is like a royal, and so this story right here, there's so much just like little tidbits that, you know, the average player or average reader might not understand. The Flaming Fist, at this point, mercenary group that is pretty ruthless. Within Baldur's Gate, they're kind of like they're acting military, per se. So, let's keep going, see if we can find another book. Standing mirror. Nothing to it. There's a backpack over here. Oh, another book. Alright, this one... Huh. This one seems like a novel. There were once two sisters, one a great fighter and one a great cleric, who longed for a new adventure. I shall skewer an elder brain upon my sword. Talking about the leader of Illithid society right there, mind flayers. They're big brains, lots of tentacles. I shall skewer an elder brain upon my sword, cried the fighter to the Underdark. I wish to know the secrets of the brain's powers, said the cleric. Let us be off. In the recesses of the deep, the sisters slayed darklings and darrow, bugbears and bullets. The two reached an Illithid colony when the 10-day passed. Their quest would soon be complete. With great effort, they felled half a dozen mind flayers and soon reached the Elder Brain's lair. It rose from the briny pool at the center of its chamber, flanked by Illithids. The brain didn't speak aloud, but the sisters could hear it in their minds. I am called Quaz. Why have you come? I will make your powers my own, called the cleric. I will crush you and bring an end to your tyranny, said the fighter. The brain hovered in silence. A moment later, a burst of psionic energy shook the chamber, and the sisters lay dead. Good luck, Quaz replied. The Illithids feasted heartily that day. Illithids eat brains, which is what makes the fact that the elder brain is a brain so kind of ironic to me, but it's good stuff. Thief stash. There's nothing in it. But I feel like I'm probably gonna get in trouble for being down here. So we're gonna go back up. Ooh, there's a switch. And a wicker chest on the other side. Ah, that's the rope. I doubt I can make that jump. Yeah. Feel like I would need a spell of some kind to help.
You're gonna get it now.
Am I?
Something the matter?
What do you think of all that has happened to us so far? We should get to know each other a little more. We should journey separately for now. We'll see you whenever we keep.
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little?
Oh, stretch a little bit. Sorry. So, let's talk spells, because I feel like the Wizards of the Coast is releasing a lot of new content lately, new spells, new races, new subtypes, all subclasses. Lots of things that they are releasing that is really good. And I love homebrew content. I can't say it enough. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll say it in the future. So let's you know what? Let's take a second. Let's make a spell. So in 3.5, there was a spell called Blessed Aim. It was for blackguards, paladins, rangers. It was out of the spell compendium, and the spell would last 1 minute. Period. Much like Bless would give you a bonus to attack and everything. Well, this was a spell that created an area around you. I believe it was like 30 feet or whatnot. But any ally that was in the area also gained a sacred +2 bonus to their ranged attacks. And it was a standard action or one action to cast. So if we were to make this a 5th edition spell, how would you go about that? Well, the thing you need to look at is what is the type of action that it will be. What is the duration of the spell? Will it be concentration based? What is the effect? So first thing we're going to start with is we know that in 3.5 it was a first level spell. Well, giving just flat bonuses in 5th edition doesn't really exist anymore. And giving just advantage for a minute on all ranged attacks seems extraordinarily powerful. So how would we fix this for 5th edition? Well, let's start by say what type of action it would be. So 3.5, it was a standard action, so I think we should keep it as a standard action, right?
Must I?
And then
Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith crash will actually
we'll
prove
go a
our
little
salvation,
bit with this, and then I'll answer
but worth
that.
keeping in mind.
So then, next thing would be duration. We know that it was a minute duration in 3.5. 5th edition, it's a buff type effect, which most buff type effects have concentration, so I think we should keep it at a minute duration, but I think we should put concentration on it. So we're at 1 minute duration with concentration as an action to cast. Back then, it created like a 30-foot aura that granted all of the +2s. As long as the people were within 30 feet of the original caster, it would affect them. I believe we could do the same thing. I think it would be better if we did much like Bless, where it affects 3 targets within 30 feet. I think we should go with that. I think that would space it out. You're not overpowering the spell by affecting, the 10 minions you brought along. So we're going to say it affects you and 2 other companions and 1 extra companion for every spell level above whatever we decide it might be. So now we have the targets, and then we want to kind of recreate the effect of the +2 sacred bonus to all attacks. So that increased the chance to hit. I don't know if we want to increase the chance to hit because archers generally have a fairly good chance anyways. I think maybe instead of boosting that to hit, maybe we should boost damage, and not by like +2, because like I said, the static bonuses don't really apply anymore. So maybe we should go with allies affected by the spell during the duration, ranged attacks, well, concentration up, do an extra die 6 damage on ranged weapon attacks. Let's make it ranged weapon attacks because I don't think that spells should be benefited from that. Well, yeah, because cantrips could cantrips could be pretty good. We'll affect it also. We'll say it's 1d6 force damage. Okay? We'll go with when you fire an arrow or fire a spell, it does an additional impact on the hit. So now we have our effect. All ranged attacks from those affected by the spell do 1d6 extra force damage on a hit for 1 minute or until concentration is lost. And I think a good thing would be to add, let's say, add an additional die 6 per spell level, making the spell more useful at higher levels. The question is, where do we find ourselves sitting now with the spell level of the spell? And as a first level spell, you know, that's way more powerful than a first level spell, especially since rangers and paladins and a few other classes get what's called Hunter's Mark or Hex, where they only add a die 6 and it's concentration effect, and it only affects themselves. So I think we need to be 1 to 2 levels higher. And the fact that it also only affects ranged attacks, I think we could call it safe by putting it at a paladin level 2 or a ranger level 2 spell, and be okay and not overpower things, especially since rangers output on damage can be a little bit lower. I think we're just going to make it a ranger spell, add it just strictly to the ranger list, and well, now you have a second level ranger spell that is 1 action, lasts 1 minute with concentration, affects you and 2 other allies plus 1 ally per spell level within 30 feet of each other, and the effect is plus 1 die 6 force damage on all ranged attacks for up to the minute, with an additional die 6 per spell level above. We just created a spell, guys. Look at us being intrepid, fearless, and creative. So we're gonna keep going now. I know it's been a little bit quiet. There's a lot to read here, and a lot of voice acting. You kind of don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it because, like I said, this is pretty much my first playthrough of the game, and to me, it's exhilarating to see this story. So I'm not too hopeful about that. I can't talk. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith Kresh will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind. What will you do if we actually manage to remove the tadpoles? So how do you think we should proceed? How am I holding up to your estimations? Turn to other matters.
We go our separate ways, of course. What else? The ties that bind would be well and truly severed.
Where would you go? You seem eager to be rid of me.
If you must know, Baldur's Gate. And before you ask, no. I'm not telling you what I'm doing there, or who I'm meeting, or anything else.
You're keeping something back. Change the subject.
You pry too much. Any further and you'll regret it. Understand?
That sounds like a threat. Dwarves don't take well to threats. Often riles them up. So how do you think we should proceed? How am I holding up to your estimations?
You're not the kind of company I'd keep willingly. But all things considered, you'll do.
Oh. I want to talk about what's happened to us. We'll talk later at camp, I believe. Let's keep going. Let's go back up the oh. Okay. So let's go down here.
Please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Ragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Oh, yeah, you guys better run. That Tiefling's tail's going crazy.
Damn it! We could have taken... We need to get Arabella out, now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Korga to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake! Ugh!
I saw what happened. Why are the druids holding your daughter? You need to be careful. That bear would have torn you to shreds.
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
She's just a child. The druids are overacting. I'll talk to them. You've got to work. You've got your work cut out for you. Like you said, it's your fault. You should have tried parenting. God, that's such an ass answer. Thieves deserve to be punished. It's as simple as that. That one. The second one that's highlighted, it strikes close to home. If you ever go out in public and your kid is screaming or anything like that and you get death looks from people without kids, you can understand how this will hurt you. Don't ever tell a parent you should have tried parenting unless, you know, they absolutely deserve it. I think we're going to go with she's just a child. The druids are overreacting. I'll talk to them.
They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
I could try greasing palms. Ease things over.
Oh, because that went so well last time. Do all the damn rituals you want! We're not leaving till it's safe!
We're not scared of
Where is Asterion? Oh, he got separated. That's why he wasn't linking up. Okay, I should be able to attach him now. Okay, there. Group's full. Let's go. Talk to the druid. Genora.
Come, Magrin. Give him a chance. You, get back.
If it weren't for me, you'd be overrun by goblins by now. I'll go where I please. Why? What's so special down here? I'm not looking for any trouble. Can't you just let me by? Ignore them and proceed. Leave.
Keep back. Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh,
Must be a gnome.
I understand.
Doesn't look like a halfling.
You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
The Isle of Sylvanas.
Find our master. Speak. Find Nettie in her room. Through the carved door, deeper in the grove. The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
Ooh. Okay, I should have no trouble getting this. Just barely.
Forgive me. It fear. It is my brethren. More follow Korga every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe. Perhaps not. But that does not make it right. Only Master Halsin can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people.
So last stream I had talked about my previous game also. We should pick up from there, actually. I'll fill you in, kind of get you caught up on the Shattered Bonds. I stream every other Tuesday on that. Right now we've been streaming on one of my players' channel, Axris. We are going to try and stream every other Tuesday on this stream. And just have a blast doing that. The party is amazing. But so the last time I left off with that story, I believe that the group had saved Veyros in the Dakani ruins and had successfully defeated a necromancer down there. I know, stereotypical necromancer first boss kind of scenario. Doesn't matter, but Emerald, the Emerald Claw cultists, always a great villain to throw in there, especially at low levels, because you can fill their ranks with bandits and cultists really easy. And so the party had saved them and made their way back to town. I will continue on after we do a couple little clicks here.
The ritual is Korga's decision, but she is not our leader. Master Halsin welcomed the refugees in. I wait for him to resolve this.
Okay. So, as we're looking around here, I'll kind of explain. So the party went back and... a shiny key. So the party went back to Delathorn to return Veyros to his home. Upon doing so, they had reunited Veyros and Tongs, the Warforged companion. Let's see if I can sneak up here and get this key. Whatever happens.
Not now, Tusk.
Did I get it? I don't think I got it. Okay, I think I got it now. Did I? Yes, I did. I stole from a bird. Tough it. So, alright, sorry about that. I got sidetracked by the shiny key. You would think that, you know, I might have a problem with ADHD or something. Hey! So, oh, what happened? What happened? Resume. Thief on the loose. You seen anything funny? So, seems I took a look. Seems I took something I shouldn't have. Please try and talk your way out of it. Persuasion, deception, intimidation. Success! fine, but I'll be keeping an eye on you. Okay. So, let's continue on. The party had brought Veyros back to Delathorn, where they had spoke to Captain Rond, the captain of the guard, who had sent them to look for Veyros.
Have you lost your senses, Korga? Release her.
Please. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a
what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil, and I will cast out every stranger.
Okay. Well, so, the party had talked to Captain Ron. They had received a little bit of reward for their endeavor into the woods. The party, after doing all that, had decided to go back and basically Malachi, Mortithus, the Hobgoblin Wizard, I can't remember his character's name right off the top of my head, as he has since left the game due to scheduling, but he had a investiture in the Dakani runes. Being a hobgoblin, being a noble, he wanted to gather some of the things there and bring them back to his people. So he had decided to come back, use his nobles or his knight's ability, because he was the alternate noble. The knight gets retainers, so he had a hobgoblin, a bugbear, and a goblin that were retainers. None of them were combatants. In fact, I had given them disabilities well, I shouldn't say disabilities. I had given them basically lower stats to offset any combat efficiency they would have, and they had taken them back to help carry stuff back to Delathorn and to get a wagon. So they travel back to the catacombs, at which point they start scouring, rolling up the tapestries that they had found inside, gathering up the jars with the flesh that they had found. The party ended up finding a secret corridor within the tomb and or the catacombs, the ruins. It turns out that the door, the secret tunnel, had led to a tomb. In this tomb, they had found what looked to be a hobgoblin general from times past of the Dakani War with the gatekeepers and the Dalkir. They went in, they found that the sarcophaguses were well within intact. This is where they had found some minor treasure. A ironwood staff was one of them. They found a Bashik sword. Bashik is a type of crystal that is as strong as steel and was forged into the size of a greatsword, which Malachi had taken. And then there was a bard, which they had found a very nice masterwork type of instrument on him. The party had decided to open the sarcophagus, and doing so had unleashed some kind of mist in the room. The party feared a trap, but nothing happened. Out of game, I had made the hobgoblin roll a Constitution saving throw, which he had ultimately failed, and he was stricken with what looked to be like the effects of the disease that would slowly wear on. So the party, after gathering all the stuff, thought they were fine, made their way back to Delathorn. Over the journey, which took about a day and a half to get back to Delathorn, the hobgoblin failed another Constitution save on the next morning and had noticed that he was losing hair and was having slight bouts of dizziness. They had continued to travel back to Delethorn. They had made it there. From there, we're going to make a couple more clickies now. I will imprison the devil, and I will cast out every stranger. Imprison her, she's just a child.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga.
Can I just
We
smash
took back
this
the
snake?
idol. Surely.
Do it.
Release her. I'll see that she stays out of trouble. This. Ooh, a 10. I have a 50-50 shot of failing this. Oh. Well, girl's going to prison. Sorry, girl. You going.
No. The tiefling remains until the rite is complete.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike.
Fair words. Child, take to the others word of my grace. Sif, Tila, to me.
Ooh, I
Thank
like
you,
that. The
Korga.
noise.
Master Halsin would.
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Pinta, Olodan, Ren. Let's talk to Karga.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Only a monster would threaten a child. You're protecting your own. Sometimes cruelty is required. Honestly, I just wanted to see what would happen. That's a hard one to choose, honestly. We're gonna go with only a monster would threaten a child, because I am playing lawful goodish.
Yes, you would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims.
Yep.
A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter.
The holy symbol of
I took back
Sylvanas
the
right
idol
there.
of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders. And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
You don't give me a lot of choices.
You will do more than speak.
Oh,
This tale ends but
whatever.
one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Jeez. Once again, I can't read books because people are staring at me. Books should be okay.
They did a number on you, didn't they?
Okay, so as the party returned to Delethorn afterwards, they had taken a short rest. In the days to come, the hobgoblin wizard would fail a few more saving throws, as they would spend more than a few days in town getting to know the people, waiting for Veyros to heal enough. as Captain Rond had called for a healer from the city of Sharn. It would take a few days for the healer to reach them, so the party was resting. During this time, the hobgoblin's hair continued to fall out until I believe it was a week after he had fell ill, and they had talked to he had talked to the druid healer in town. She didn't know what was going on with him, but she had decided to tell him to rest, as she was not a very powerful healer, only capable of second circle at most, and lesser restoration did nothing to remove the affliction. So as he rested, he started to have dreams of far off battles and things that would things that felt like they weren't so much a dream but past memories. The morning that he awoke to find some, almost like, the way I believe I had described it to him was it looked like a crown of bruises around his head. After a little bit, he had noticed that the bruising had slight fluctuating of almost magical energy. He put his helm on so nobody would see it, and didn't tell the party right away. So a House Cannith surgeon from the last war had come down to Delethorn to heal Veyros, and had done some procedures involving warforged like prostheses for Veyros. The next time the party had encountered him, he then had 2 prosthetic hands. He had a pair of goggles that seemed to make him capable of seeing, and a mithril tongue that gave him back the ability to speak. Upon reuniting with the party and filling him in with what they had, the hobgoblin, trusting Veyros because he had spent time with him during the last war, had shown Veyros' secret. And that's where we'll leave off for a second as I go back into some chat mode.
I see you.
Gotta keep the game moving forward.
Give me a moment.
I know the story is pretty good, but gotta keep it going.
This medicatrix. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you. Come here. Let's have a look at you.
You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
Crawled in? Some sort of bug? Or...
Wait, did it look like a tadpole? But from your worst nightmare?
Yes.
All slime, teeth, and tentacles.
Everybody seems to know about the mind flayers.
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
This one had the same problem as you.
attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Hoping for a less grave cure. Yep. Let's do that. Let's not die, because dying is bad. Ooh, that doesn't look like it's gonna feel good.
I'll do the best I can.
As long as
No
it's not a
Master House in
suppository,
mind.
I'm fine.
We'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options.
What's the
She
plan?
shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening? Protected from on high. Sounds like the drow. Master Halsin said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
On a mind
A
flayer.
mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Cleric of Selune. I forgot to change the god.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you.
Dozens?
Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking, studying, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal. For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow. Could be, but there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Seluna, and I've no idea why.
Old Temple of Selune.
When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers, joined on the spot. Whatever he
Well, I guess if
found
I'm
there,
going to play the Dwarven Healer
didn't
of
make it
Selune, I should probably just go for it. Go all in. Worship the goddess herself.
The thing is, I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. None of us can even get close. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They might not kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
That sounds... Alright, I'll find Halsin. It sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions that could kill me. You sure he can cure me? That sounds like suicide. I won't do it. Alright, I'll find the druid.
It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more, but only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Seluna, and Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there, and if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Yep. Oh, didn't mean to take that. Extraordinary happenings. While meditating in the forest, Nettie and I were ambushed by a pack of goblins led by a drow. We had no choice but to defend ourselves. But that is not the extraordinary, or rather disturbing part. On the drow's death, a parasitic creature emerged from the corpse and attempted to escape. I managed to capture it, and have the host's cadaver here in my study. I've told no one of my fears. Nettie suspects, but knows better than to ask. I will investigate further before informing the others. Kaga will demand answers that I don't have yet. I have better record of any further findings in a separate volume, and keep them upon my person, lest prying eyes jump to wrong conclusions. Doesn't look like the drow from the cinematic earlier.
Something over there.
Something over where? Here?
I can't even see a lock to pick.
Nicely done. She actually believed you'd take the poison.
I'd rather die by my own hand than turn into one of those things. It won't come to that. I'm not going to transform.
Of course not, darling. The goblins will probably kill us long before that. And with that merry song in our hearts, let's go find this Halcyon fellow.
Okay, let's... Where? I don't see the opening. There it is. Okay. So, the party was reunited with, Someone else need to talk to me? No. So, the party was reunited with Varus after his surgeries, and had gone to speak with him at this point, to let them know what they had found. Varus had informed them that there was a reason he was searching those ruins, as he believed there was something of great import hidden within them. At about this time, Derek had, my player Derek, he had relayed that he had not been feeling well and he had developed a mark, and he showed it to Varus. Well, Varus, in complete shock, knew exactly what the mark was. He had told
like that again,
my player, the Hobgoblin Wizard.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
It's not much, but here. Know that if you call, we'll come running. No matter what.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
Bells, it's our job to get us out of here safely, not yours.
Ooh, cherished locket.
The druids don't care about us. No one does.
Dancing lights evocation. We are gonna put that on Gale, because Gale,
I don't care what Mole says,
is human
and reckless,
and might not be able to see. Okay. So, anyways, they had spoke to Varus. Varus had told the Hobgoblin that that is actually what he had been searching for in...
Something the matter?
Oh, I didn't mean to click her. Had been searching for in the catacombs, as he believed that this was the tomb of a hobgoblin who bore a dragon mark. Now, in Eberron, there are specific races that have dragon marks, and not every race has them. So, for my campaign, this was a rarity, and the lockpick. Gold. Of course, it's just gold. With that, Veyros had told him that they had found the mark, and he had done studies of ancient Decani. The way I hear it, you've been threatening our children. You have two choices. Prison or death. Choose. Oh, no. I don't want to fight you.
You're gonna be sorry, every last one of you.
Alright. Where am I at? Now I gotta find where they took me. There. Okay. So while they're running, so with that, Veyros had told them that he believed that the hobgoblins bore an ancient dragon mark called the Dragon Mark of War. The dragon marks in Eberron are a variety of things. There's the dragon mark of the Sentinel, which would be House Denaeth. That is a house of protection. There's the House Condoruk, which is the house of warding, like chests and everything. Dwarves bear that mark and are often like bankers and own vast vaults. House Civis is gnomes, and they bear the mark of I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically the mark of speech. It allows
Boring. Even your cages are boring. I'm gonna buy the end of your
it's this might take a while.
and your dogs.
So better yet, we're going to him because he can
Ignis. You're gonna be sorry, every last one of you.
no, okay. Asterian's gonna be the fastest. As I try and break myself out of here. So, Veyros had told him that it's the Mark of War, and the reason he was in the catacombs is he is researching the fact that there were dragon marks from a bygone age that may still exist, and he was looking for proof to discredit the dragon marked houses' authority that they were the only ones. Take all. Okay. Well, did that re-equip everything? Yes, it did. Okay. So his whole goal was to try and discredit the So he wants to discredit the dragon-marked houses because they have a monopoly on basically the world right now. And he wants to basically make it so that everyone is equal amongst all the dragon marks, because he, little known fact outside of game, was excommunicated from not only the Morgrave University, but he was also excommunicated from his house. Nobody knows it yet, but he is he has the Mark of Finding from House Thrask, and he's been looking for these things to try and... Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. I should save real quick.
Why does this keep happening?
Okay,
Was
so
joking about
he
Octasuit just a moment ago.
he's trying to change the world effectively through all this, and has now proof that the Dragon Mark of War exists as it is upon the Hobgoblin's body.
That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
And
You
he
mean just waiting?
believes
Like a
he
lovesick
knows where the next
Short-term
mark
amusements are much
is,
less hassle.
but it will take time to research and find a for sure answer. So what he does is he tells the players take a little bit more downtime. I run downtime in my game fairly often. That way the players have an opportunity to craft items or anything else they may want to do. And it also lets them work on training and role-playing scenarios. So, like, my players can train into new skills, but it takes so much time to do it. So many days, so much gold. They can train into new languages, new tool proficiencies. If they wanted to, they could try and train into feats, but the feats often take more downtime than is normally allocated, unless I say we're going to do a time skip and skip ahead like a year, and I might reward every player with a feat at that point instead of saying you trained for it. You just trained over the time. It's assumed that your character trained. You got a feat as a boon, effectively, from the DM. Well, they took this downtime, and while they were taking their downtime, they were doing their things in this town of Delathorn. There was an explosion at the Fourfold Mark, which is a Dragon Mark enclave that is headed by four heirs. An heir of the House Leander, an heir of the House Civis, Kundarak, and Orion. Orion is travel, Civis is the communication, does like missives and sendings and that stuff. Orion does travel through like mage-bred horses, minor teleportation effects. Leander is the Mark of Storms, so travel via airship or elemental skiffs. And then Kundarak is the banker of the town. There was a large explosion, and the party had to try and help them escape this fire. So they had...
Stop it! You're scaring him. You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
He's hurt badly. An owlbear got him deep. If there's anything you can do...
I'm watching you.
The injured
Okay.
man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna. New recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He is a true soul. Mind him. He will. He.
True soul. So I'm guessing this
Edward!
religion that they're
Ed!
talking about,
Please!
anyone
He's with
that
the
has
Absolute now. You're
a worm is
You're
considered a true soul.
Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you, will rule.
That fellow had a tadpole in his head, and they consider him blessed? Chosen? What madness is this?
I don't know any druids. We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Huh. Okay. I'm a survivor.
Brenna, kill him!
What?
Macte fortute.
Okay. That's weird. Why fight? Mage armor threatened. I don't think they've acted yet, so we're gonna go sneak attack. Oh, no sneak attack on that.
Macte virtute.
Oh, she's a cleric. Okay. We're just gonna move up and swing. Oh, critical miss. Come on. We'll move up on him and miss. Wow. Oh, that's sleep. I want color spray. Blind and blind. Look at that. Should make this a whole lot easier. Oh! As he does it right back. Okay. Sneak attack. Do this, dude. Okay. She's blind, so...
They spoke of the Absolute.
Okay, that was pretty bad, honestly. The dual color sprays.
Looks like the Absolute's drawing all sorts.
Oh, it's such a good spell, though.
Impressive in a way.
So this explosion happened, right? The party goes to save them. I'll finish explaining that on our next stream. I think this is a good place to save. Honestly, it's been kind of a long day today, and I think I'm gonna get some extra rest. But you know, it's always great to talk D&D. I appreciate everyone that stopped by and has been viewing the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just wanted, like always, I'll give a couple shout outs to obviously the tavern. It's a safe haven for all adventurers who love D&D and gaming in general. Go check them out on Facebook. It's a great, welcoming, safe place for everyone to talk. The Jeremy and Chip on the Twist My Arm podcast. Again, I was on their episode this last Monday for the season finale of WandaVision, and we discussed that in length. I had a blast. I couldn't thank them more for giving me that opportunity. And go check them out. They run the Marvel Cinematic Mondays on the Twist My Arm networks. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Twitter. And, you know, I'm having such a blast doing this. Yes, I'm still new to streaming. I'm still learning. I'm going to make mistakes, so hopefully you guys will help me through this and, you know, enjoy the content that I'm producing. You'll see more of it on YouTube pretty soon. I post on here. I post on Instagram. Go check me out at the Intrepid DM on Instagram, or at Intrepid DM on Instagram. The Intrepid DM on YouTube. You'll find me here as always, the Intrepid DM. Thank you, thank you, thank you, each and every one of you. I appreciate you so much. And I've only got one thing to say to you, and that's be intrepid and journey on, friends. Good night. Good night, good night, good night.